Coming up right now, fall is here, but we're already talking about winter and what we can expect weather-wise because El Nino is coming.
Ooh, oh no. Also coming up, if you've ever wondered what sheep on drugs do, well, one farmer explains their reaction.
All right. A little bit later, the queen of country, Reba McEntire, wants you to get corny with her all across the country. Are you ready to get lost with Reba?
Oh boy, Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, welcoming you to another edition of Daily Flash. We are halfway through the week, and we are so happy to have y'all here. We're going to jump into the kitchen today. We're going to have some fun a little bit later on. Go anywhere, you'll miss out on that.
New report out this morning that says it might not be such a good idea to record videos on flights. You know, we've seen so many of these flight videos come out, people having meltdowns. They're
Diarrhea.
Yeah. That one for sure.
Farting dogs.
Oh my goodness.
Stinky dogs,
or the
too.
stinky dogs. They're saying that actually could contribute to the rage in the air by
really?
turning on your phone and turning your phone's attention to somebody who's having a meltdown only puts more gas on the fire.
Yes, and I think and you spoke of this as how we are now a generation that wants eyes on us.
Yes.
And now they go, all right, I have an audience, and now I'm going to be recorded, so I make sure I better make this big.
Yes.
It used to be almost like, oh, there's cameras. Oh, now it's kind of like, let's see how far I can take it.
And apparently there is an FAA rule that says you're not supposed to record anything on a flight.
I know, like in the lines, you're not supposed
Yeah,
to.
so there is that. I mean, obviously, if you're on a plane and you're recording something for
Interesting.
yourself, that's fine. But they're saying, like, even if you're recording somebody having some sort of health issue, if the flight attendants have to tend to that person, you sticking your camera in there to get video is not helping the
it's not.
situation. In fact, you could be jeopardizing somebody's life because of that.
All right. Well, they've said already now, keeping the phones turned off, and this is gradually as we push the line of what you can do with your
Yeah.
phone. Now, cameras, and the next stink is going to be turn them off altogether.
So many people have this attitude of, you're not going to tell me what to do.
100%,
I
yeah.
paid for a plane ticket. I'm going to do whatever I want on this flight.
I'm not going to wear, shoes. I'm going to clip my toenails on B4.
The age of rage.
Age of rage in the
Yes.
air. All right. Just take it easy when you're on a flight. Fall has just started, but it's not too soon to look ahead to winter, especially since this one might feel much different than recent years, all because of El Nino. This winter will be the first in years, and what you might expect the effects of El Nino, and it could have a major impact on the weather during the coldest months of the year. The El Nino phase occurs when the ocean temperatures are warmer than normal for an extended stretch of time. This year's El Nino began in June, and it's expected to last into next spring. El Nino's cooler counterpart, La Nina, rather.
La Nina.
La Nina, which, by the way, people ask me, what does that mean in English? La Nina means the Nina.
No,
What's
it's a
what's
girl.
El Nino mean?
The girl.
El Nino means the Nina.
Oh, okay.
The boy.
Right.
Yeah. Huh?
The boy.
I did
The
not know
girl.
that. Played a huge part in the past 3 winters across the United States. It kept the South dry while parts of the West received a lot of that much-needed snow. Oh, yeah, the cyclical effects of what Mother Nature has been given to us. El Nino has been around. Everybody goes so crazy when any kind of temperatures change and that sort of thing. And they're saying the temperatures way back in the 1920s when they were saying that actually they were worse then at certain times than they are today.
Well,
I mean, and this is going to cause a lot of controversy no matter what.
I think the climate conversation is starting to dial back down a
think you're
little
right.
bit. There was a huge push in the 70s about the ice ages coming.
Oh, yeah.
And for whatever reason, that's been collectively forgotten. It was on the cover of Time magazine. So we were headed into an ice age, and then all of a sudden they decided, oh, maybe that doesn't sell so much. Let's go into global warming. And that seems to have been the trip. And people are shocked that it's hot during the summer. It is summer. I mean, that's what happens in the summer.
It's all swayed by politics.
Yes.
No matter what. No matter what you say about this. I mean,
Politics and policy.
and whatever you believe in it is what you believe in it.
Yes.
But it is one of those things that it's that's what pushes what people are going to be talking about. How am I going to get people to think of my way of thinking? So if your big push as far as the environment, which by the way, we should be environmentally conscious.
Of
We're not
course.
saying not to do that.
Yes.
But if you go against what a lot of people or some science is coming out and say, people think that you're not, and that's not the case.
And I think it's important when you have these discussions, like, where is this coming from? Who's saying there's global warming? Why are they saying it? Because
right.
if you follow that line of questioning, eventually you find out where the money's coming from. And that money is what's
Follow the
determining what conversation we're having and what's making headlines.
If you wanted to know what happened with the Ice Age whole conversation, it's found with the metric system the U.S. was actually going to be converting over to. You can find it in the exact same place.
No way.
Yes. No one knows why or where it wound up.
Well, a flock of sheep found their way into a greenhouse in Greece and ate more than 600 pounds of marijuana.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Being grown for medical use. Well, the owner of the greenhouse said his crop had already been damaged by heat and recent floods when a flock of sheep managed to enter the greenhouse and feast on the remaining cannabis plants. He estimated the sheep munched their way through more than 600 pounds of the green stuff. The sheep were feeling higher than their goat friends could jump after eating the medical greenery. Greece legalized medical marijuana back in 2017, and the country opened its first cannabis production plant earlier this year.
Not since that crop in Alabama back in the 1800s had they seen that much high cotton. Right?
Oh my
That's the
goodness.
veal.
Whole at least, right?
That was the veal.
That was one or the other. And you think they were saying too that they because it's green, because it's fresh, it made it much more enticing to them. So I could see how they would.
Some people specifically just get sheep or goats just so that they have a constant source of a lawnmower, and
you're right.
and that happens here in Florida too. A lot of the reason, like, people will keep an extra goat or sheep on their land is to help with the grass and the pastures.
Exactly. Reba McEntire, the queen of country, she's getting a little corny. The 68-year-old country star who has the biggest smile in country music is currently promoting her upcoming book, Not That Fancy, and had her face drawn into cornfields. Check this out, all across the U.S.
Okay.
The shape of the singer's face and signature hairstyle appears that you can be seen in fields of corn. McEntire's new book and new album will be released in early October. Reba and the Utah-based company Maize, which is for corn,
Yes.
organized the Reba-inspired designs. Farmers from 23 different states took part, and more than 40 adding McEntire's image to their expansive fields. It's a way for local farmers to invite visitors to check out all their special fall decor.
All
So
right.
way to go with her.
Yeah, very good. She's on the new season of The Voice, isn't she?
I think so. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so-
and she. What a lot of people don't realize is she's followed the footsteps of Dolly Parton as far as being a businesswoman.
Yes.
She makes more money doing her behind the scenes. Basically, her whole band or part of it at least died in an airplane crash, and so she started. Basically, she has her own planes and stuff,
Yeah.
and that country music artists use as well. So she has a whole business that she has done with that at one time, and she, behind the scenes, she's a very savvy businesswoman. So she knows what she does. And you look at Dolly Parton, it's
Yeah.
the same exact way.
Well, Dolly did a
More.
promotion like this with a balloon company once.
No, I
So
think that's something totally
is that-
different.
No?
Maybe so, Maddie. I don't know.
I mean, they just let them fly all over the country.
What was the number to the HR department?
I'll be getting that
We have
phone
our
call.
standing meeting on Wednesdays that we'll definitely be doing that.
I was going
for
to
that.
mention the guy that started Star Wagons.
He was on Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett, yeah.
I know you're talking about.
anyway,
His last
but-
name's Wagon.
Wagner.
Wagner, that's
Lyle
it,
Wagner,
yeah.
I think it is.
That's it.
Anyway, but there you go. I
Same
mean,
thing.
if you've got the business savvy sense to create something behind the scenes that ends up being a need for everyone, it's
And
money in
that's
the bank.
kind of following there. And if you ever see a movie set, if you ever see it, you'll see on the back it says Star Wagons. It's the green rooms or the hey, I'll be in my trailer,
Yep.
and they're everywhere in Hollywood. And why not? He made a business out of it,
Yeah.
and he should do that. Hey, listen, so excited! Today is National Taco Day, but also in October it's also nachos.
Nacho Day.
What I love about nachos, any kind of communal food, I love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you do.
I love any.
You love a buffet.
I hate them. If you knew anything about it.
Nachos
But-
are like a flat taco.
So there you go. It's like a
Right?
flat taco.
Yeah.
And Chef Yvonne, who is our daily
Chef
flash Siobhan, made us some
These
nachos
look
today
Beautiful.
with a little bit of black olives, some salsa on it as well. And so we thought, since it's also football season, they're great for football.
I love a good football snack like
Matt,
this.
you got some trivia.
So
And every time we get a question right, we get some nachos.
We think of nachos as a Mexican dish, right? But what country were they originally started in?
I'll go Spain.
I'll say nacho. I would say Venezuela.
The great state of Texas.
Texas,
started
really?
right over the border.
We don't
And
get
in what
these.
year did they officially hit the menus?
1863.
I'll go 1605.
1943.
43?
Relatively new, yes.
All right. Any more questions?
And what was the largest nacho ever made? Largest plate of nachos. How many pounds?
100 pounds.
No, I'd say much. I would say a good 2 tons.
4,689.
It's almost two. Yeah, almost 2 tons, right?
Wow.
900 pounds of cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right.
Can we still have a bite with our
Yeah,
nachos?
now you can have your
Thank you,
nachos.
Chef Yvonne.
Thank you, Chef Yvonne.
More Daily Flash coming up.
Life Love Shopping is a weekly 30-minute lifestyle show hosted by Andrea Jackson. It's focused on the latest trends for your health, home, and happiness. Life Love Shopping offers viewers ways to improve their life and style, wellness, and relationships. If you live it, love it, or buy it, Life Love Shopping will talk about it.
We start today's show with the happiest jobs in America. A recent study found physical therapists take the top spot when it comes to job satisfaction.
Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z.
Well, we are in the kitchen. Welcome back to Daily Flash. No secret, we here at the show love our pizza.
You ain't kidding, man.
Boy, but today we're doing something a little different. We're making a pizza dip. And this is going to be perfect for all those tailgating parties or fall get-togethers or any time you need to make an appetizer to share.
All right, so here are the ingredients that you'll need to put this all together. First off, you need 16 ounces of cream cheese. Keep it at room temperature. You need some mozzarella cheese, about 1 1/3 cup. Parmesan cheese. You have it in your fridge. It's sitting in the back.
Yes.
To the left on the corner there. All right, it's in that green bottle.
Always.
A cup of tomato or marinara sauce. You'll want a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, 3 ounces of pepperoni, and some baguette slices, or maybe even some crackers for the dipping. And we said, put her to the test. Chef Yvonne joins us now here in the kitchen to put this together. What do we need to do now that we have the ingredients?
Yes, so I just so hope that you all love cheese because this is
I
a
love
cheese.
super cheese dish. So Mitch, what I would like you to do is start by combining the cream cheese. Very important that you leave it at room temperature, right? Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Combine just 1/3 cup of your mozzarella cheese and the 2 tablespoons of Parmesan.
All right, I just
Give
wanna
it a
mix this
good
up.
stir. Make sure that it's all well and mixed up. When you're done, you're going to lay it down in this in the bowl. Make sure that the bowl is not greased, all right? Because we got already enough
Grease in the cream
enough
cheese
oil,
and the
yeah,
cheese.
greasy. Just put it there and spread it out. We're gonna put more cheese on top.
Got it.
But first, we're gonna lay our marinara sauce.
Okay.
Okay. What I would like to suggest to our viewers is to just have fun, just like pizza that can have all kinds of ingredients
Sure.
in
Yeah.
it. Just pick something that you like. I love olives. I am a big fan of onions, so I've got some red onions here, and we can throw maybe a little bit in with the mixture that you're doing,
there
Mitch.
you
This is good to like go through the fridge and find out what
What
you
you
have.
got, yeah.
Really.
Any leftovers, exactly.
I'm thinking this would be good for the kids too, because if you've got kids at home and you're looking for kind of a fun food project, I think this is something that's easy to do.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We'll have fun in
super
the kitchen
easy.
doing
Yeah.
this.
Super easy. So I think you can go start and lay it down in the dish. And so what I did also, again, have fun, right? It's about, cooking is about creativity and imagination. I decided to take mini pepperoni. Unlike in the
Great
picture that we saw.
idea.
Yeah, because I figured if you put it on a cracker, you don't have
Yeah.
that big pepperoni there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I went
You
with
don't like the big
little-
pepperoni?
just a little bit tiny pepperoni.
Little tiny pepperoni?
How you doing, Mitch, with our...
I'm doing good with my little pepperoni.
It almost looks
There
like
you
a
go.
cake.
It
Or
does,
lasagna.
right?
Maybe
Yeah.
like how you
Yeah,
make
like a
lasagna,
lasagna,
except
yeah.
you know,
So then what goes on after he gets this all?
Yes.
Oh,
so,
the sauce.
Yes. Now we're gonna put the sauce.
good enough?
That's perfect, Mitch. You did great.
Yeah.
So here the trick, guys, and don't sweat it. Just like
Kinda
this.
move it around a
there you
little
go.
bit.
Move it
that's
around.
easy.
So why don't you do the honors, Andrea, and put the mozzarella
Okay.
and the sharp cheddar.
And you were mentioning that if you wanted to do a low-fat version of this, you could find
Yes.
some different cheeses.
Yes,
That would
thank
be a good
you
option.
for bringing that up, Andrea. Yeah, so what I did in this mixture, I took so it's 16 ounces of cream cheese. One of those blocks of cream cheese is a low-fat option.
Oh, okay,
That way
perfect.
you still get the, you know, the creaminess.
Yeah.
But maybe just a little less calories.
Got it, yeah.
So you want to get all that cheese right in there, and then we're going to put maybe a little bit more
Yes, put some
onions.
onions. I
There
love
you
onions,
go,
special
onion.
purple onions. Put those in there.
Exactly. So we're going to put a little onions here.
Ooh, that looks beautiful.
There you go. Make it a little healthy, you know. So yes, we have our vegetables in.
What am I, healthy?
All right, and then
That's our vegetable.
Yeah, but you
And the
can say-
tomato
you
sauce.
can, you can make yourself believe it's healthier.
there you go. Spread up your pepperoni. I think you never
Love the
have
mini
enough
pepperoni
meat.
idea.
You never have enough little pepperoni.
Yes, never have enough meat in any of your dishes. So why don't you go ahead and stick that in the oven,
All right, now
Mitch?
what's the temp got to be on this?
375.
375. Okay.
Yeah, for about 25 minutes to 30 minutes, I would say check your check the dish when you're about at 20 minutes.
Okay.
I did broil it just to give that little color because sometimes the cheese doesn't get the crust. So
Yeah.
you want to broil it on high for about 2 minutes.
I would imagine too. Now, if you want to make it cheesier, and that's one thing that I would normally do, like a lasagna or whatever, put a little bit more cheese up on the top, and it kind of gives it that crust. But again, you're going to be using this for dipping, so you don't want it too hard to bust through it, right?
Exactly. So now, are you guys ready to try this?
Yeah, we are.
All right. So the recipe calls for either crackers or bread. I have both, and I am very curious to see which one you guys prefer. Also, a little suggestion here. I put a little leaf of basil just to make it look a little nicer.
I
So we
like
just
it.
dig in
So,
now?
okay.
Yeah, just dig in.
Oh, look at you go, Mitch. I'm gonna grab a cracker.
There you go.
Okay.
You can. I have a little knife if you want to spread it. Here's one thing you can do. You can just grab it like this, like a spread,
Oh,
and then just
the way you're supposed to do it, not just dip it in there like I just did. That is really good.
So yeah, what do you think? Is it? Do you feel like you're eating pizza?
Well, you know, it has a little tangier taste to it because of the cream cheese in it, but again, you're going to need it for a dip if you think about that. And not everybody likes pizza because of the bread part of it, but the crackers make a great substitute. I'd say this
It's
is a
got
winner.
a nice tanginess to it, which is delicious.
Yeah, I love the cream cheese and the fact that it's a little sour, like you said. Yeah, I think it goes.
You could do pita, you could do toast, little mini toast, you could do a bunch of different options.
Yeah, that's a really, really
Maybe
good
even
idea.
veggies too.
Yeah, I think you can put a lot more veggies. Yeah.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I can really
Right.
see instead of the pepperoni if you want to stay away from doing something like that. And also, too, I want to remind everybody that October is National Pizza Month. So if you have someone who goes, I don't want to eat pizza, you go, well, you got to try this pizza dip. At
We're
least
going
for
to put
that.
this on the website,
Sure.
right? Okay, so head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and look for the pizza dip recipe.
And of course,
big shout out to Liz, our producer, who came up
she
with
found
this
this
idea.
and said, we got to get this on, and then we get Chef Yvonne in there to put it together. Thanks so much. And if you have a suggestion you want us to try out, because it's a family recipe or something that your family does, you can always drop us an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com, and we'd love to share it on the air. Check it out. It's the pizza dip recipe. More Daily Flash coming up.
Delicioso.
And a little pepperoni. Hey, it's time for The Beats with Fabian Marcano. He's going to tell us what's happening in the world of music. How was that, guys? Good? Did you like it?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Fabian from Daily Flash Latino. Let's get you in tune with The Beat. Here we are. Started off with Usher is set to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. The 8-time Grammy-winning singer will headline the halftime show of Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. It comes in the second year of the league's multi-year deal with Apple Music and will be Usher's first time starring in the show. Usher spoke on his excitement finally checking off a Super Bowl performance off his bucket list and says he can't wait to bring the world a show unlike anything else they've seen before. Usher performed at the Super Bowl halftime show in 2011 at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, as a compliment to the lead act, the Black Eyed Peas, and now gets to be the star of the night. His participation comes in amid the NFL's partnership with Jay-Z's sports and entertainment agency, Roc Nation, which signed in 2019 to boost the quality of halftime shows. Jay-Z says beyond his flawless singing and exceptional choreography, Usher bears his soul. Jay-Z said in a statement, "I can't wait to see the magic." Up next on The Beat, we have the 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival, which was an absolutely epic night full of music and a weekend full of unforgettable moments from some of the biggest artists in the world at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Throughout the weekend, this year's festival featured performances from its star-studded lineup, including Foo Fighters, Fall Out Boys, Kelly Clarkson, Kane Brown, Lil Wayne, Lenny Kravitz, Miguel, Public Enemy, Sheryl Crow, Tim McGraw, 30 Seconds to Mars, Travis Scott, and much more. From nostalgic performances to surprise guests, this year's iHeartRadio Music Festival had it all. Travis Scott brought Utopia to life during explosive performance. During his explosive set, Travis Scott served up the album's intro, Hyena, K-pop. He did Fiend, he also did Telekinesis, and of course his big Meltdown hit, which he exclusively debuted on iHeartRadio. The Foo Fighters took the stage at the 2023 iHeart Music Festival for the very first time, performing an incredible set of some of their biggest hits from their nearly 3-decade-long career. Kelly Clarkson, also part of the show, she closed her set with one of her most iconic hits throughout her career, prompting an epic sing-along with the crowd called Since You've Been Gone, an empowering anthem that appeared on her 12-track Breakaway album in 2004. And notably, Clarkson made a lyric swap at the end, which instead of Since You've Been Gone, she's changed it into I'm so happy now that you're gone. You know what that means. Lil Wayne performed all his fans' favorites and teased more new music. He performed Cat Food, which he confirmed will be up on his upcoming LP, The Fix Before the VI. You know what's up. TLC paid homage to late Lisa's Left Eye Lopes in heartwarming tribute. Tim McGraw fires up the crowd with decades of his iconic hits. Sheryl Crow also got a nostalgic she got nostalgic with the 90s throwbacks with songs like If It Makes You Happy and Soak Up the Sun. And after a set full of fan favorites, new music, and a lot of more events, Fall Out Boys closed out the show with a bang by performing with fires blazing on their heads. While performing, We Didn't Start the Fire, their updated 2023 cover of Billy Joel's 1989 hit. I'm Fabian Marcano, and you just felt the beat. Be sure to check us out on Daily Flash Latino and head to our website, dailyflashlatino.com, to check our local listings and times.
Thanks, Fabian. Well, the ambitious adventure in a galaxy not that far away has sadly come to an end.
Ready?
All clear. Come on out.
Chewie.
Yes, the end has come for the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando. It was at Hollywood Studios. Scrapping the hotel is costing Disney over $250 million to close it down, as most of the voyages of the 2-night cruise weren't booked and had less than stellar reviews. And again, a 2-night cruise. This doesn't include booze or anything extra, just kind of food and your standard stuff, was over $5,000.
That's incredible.
And they wonder why it closed within a year almost.
Yeah, and this came right out of the COVID, where everybody was home and you didn't really get to work, and thinking, well, I could see one side they were like, oh, this is going to be awesome, but people, I don't have that kind of money to spend.
And if you want to take the kids, you're looking at $10,000 if you're bringing your 2 kids. I mean, it's connected to Batuu, the Star Wars land over there, so they'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, they have the space to figure something out.
$250 million loss.
A lot of cash, man.
Yep.
May the force be with them. We want you to be with us. If you stick around right after this break, we'll be back with trending news and information, and of course, entertainment. You're going to love it right here on Daily Flash.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash.
So
How
glad
about
to
that?
have you here. And big congratulations going out to Charlie Woods.
Charlie Woods.
14-year-old Charlie Woods. He just recently won the Nota Begay III Junior Golf Tournament here in Orlando.
Is he the son of Tiger Woods?
There you go. That's why we're announcing that.
Okay.
Can you imagine that when your dad is Tiger Woods and
Seriously.
you're in a golf tournament?
And he's your caddy.
Yeah. And Tiger Woods, your dad is your caddy. Who's your caddy? Well, Tiger Woods. Tiger is now 47 years old, and Matt, maybe you can help me out with this. Tell me if this sounds good.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know golf all that well. He opened up with a 71. He had back-to-back birdies.
That's
Yeah,
really
that's
good,
good.
considering he's like 14 years old.
Yeah.
That's really good. You know, I mean,
Back-to-back birdies, you
Back
say.
to back.
the good thing is, I mean, at least
So did Tiger.
Charlie's kind of going in his father's footsteps.
Yeah.
Unlike Michael Jordan's sons, who faded out in college and
Quickly, too,
Yeah,
right?
but Charlie is really good.
And he's young, at 14. I mean,
Yeah.
that is saying something. And, you know, when your dad, like I said, is Tiger, who started off on the Mike Douglas show at 5 years old, being able to do all this incredible
with his
golfing
dad.
and having all of that, you kind of leading yourself into that.
I think it's got to be hard for Tiger in some ways he's still golfing, but to be in that position of being the star golfer all of your life and then trying to figure out, and I think this is the way for all athletes, trying to figure out how to transition into a different role in life, because all of a sudden you're no longer the star player on the field. You've got to find a new role. So maybe, you know, helping his son along will be the way he can continue to stay in the game.
That would be something to see, wouldn't it? And I know that he growing up, the relationship with his father, I know his
It was
dad,
horrible.
Wasn't it?
It
Yeah.
was. If you watch the one documentary on it, it was not a good growing up. So Tiger, and Tiger was kind of forced into this early retirement because of the injuries and everything else that went on with his life. So he kind of had to find an outlet to keep being involved in the game, but, you know, giving back to it
I
somehow.
think it's great. Like, what if Charlie goes, I want to play basketball, Dad. You know, that would be interesting to see him showing up. Like, well, let's learn how to play basketball. I'll get my friend Michael to come down and show you how to do it. When you
It's
have
like
friends
Tom
that.
Brady's kids. Like his
Yeah, that's
son
another one,
doesn't
right.
want to play football, but he does want to play basketball. So
So be a model, son.
exactly.
Talk to your mom.
Exactly.
I love that.
Well, fall has just started, but it's not too soon to look ahead to winter, especially since this one may feel much different than recent years, all because of El Nino.
El Nino.
This winter will be the first in a few years that we might experience the effects of El Nino. It can have a major impact on the weather during the coldest months of the year. The El Nino phase occurs when ocean temps are warmer than normal for an extended stretch of time. This year's El Nino began in June, and it is expected to last until early next spring. El Nino's cooler counterpart, La Nina, played a huge role in the past 3 winters across the U.S., keeping the South dry, while parts of the West received a lot of much-needed snow.
Reminding us that it's cyclical, the weather is.
It
and I
is.
think El Nino kind of, when it comes back around, because I think the biggest was back in the 90s.
Yes.
Because you didn't never really hear them say El Nino that much until around that time. And it was also, you know, more of the time when people became more conscious about global warming, and so it kind of came to light that way. But we forget this is what happens. This goes on and on.
It's Mother Nature,
It's
like
Mother
you
Nature.
said.
Yeah. And it frustrates me that people are like freaking out about it.
Yeah.
We should do something to make sure that we're taking care of the environment that we have, but also
Absolutely.
prepare for it to say, hey, you know, El Nino is going to be coming around, so let's get ready for that.
Right, but I think the Earth and the universe has a way of sort of rotating itself and doing its own thing that we really don't have much control over. But we can control other things that, you know, plastics and recycling and, you know, really being careful and respectful of the environment.
It's something we definitely all need to do as human citizens
Yeah.
and world citizens. A flock of sheep found their way into a greenhouse in Greece, and they ate more than 600 pounds of the hippie lettuce, talking about marijuana.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, here's what happened. The owner of the greenhouse said that the crop had already been damaged by heat and recent floods when the flock of sheep managed to enter the greenhouse. And then they just pretty much, took over, and then all of a sudden they started wanting to call old girlfriends up. His estimated sheep munched more than 600 pounds of the cannabis. Sheep were feeling higher than their goat friends. They could jump after eating the medical greenery, is what he had said. If you want to know, Greece legalized medical marijuana in 2017. And if you're high and watch Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, well, that's a Friday. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Fall, what a great time for a getaway, right? Maybe you're trying to keep summer alive with a beach holiday, or maybe you're just looking for maybe a new and even unique destination. Well, here's award-winning travel writer and editor Laura Begley-Bloom. She's got some great suggestions for us.
Thanks for having me. Everyone knows Priceline can save you a ton of money. Well, now they're using new technology, including generative AI, to make travel planning easier than ever. Trip Intelligence is a set of new tools that helps you research and personalize your plans, making even the most complex trips simple. If you're booking a trip with the kids, you can use the family-friendly tools. It will help you filter hotels with the best kid-friendly amenities and even select rental cars based on luggage capacity and car seat availability. Priceline has introduced their new checkout chatbot called Penny. It can answer any last-minute questions you may have, and you can even book your travel in the chat. I love Mississippi. After all, it's the hospitality state. Fall is the perfect time to discover Mississippi's charming small towns and quirky museums. From Elvis's humble home in Tupelo, to the picturesque town square in Oxford, to the historic downtown in Vicksburg, or the stately homes of Natchez. Mississippi's mild fall temperatures and late season foliage are ideal for nature lovers. Cyclists can cruise through crisp fall air on the Tanglefoot Trail in northern Mississippi or the Longleaf Trace in Hattiesburg. Mississippi is also a foodie paradise. Check out Greenville's Delta Hot Tamale Festival in October and local favorites like slug burgers and catfish. Finally, if you were looking for a beach getaway, the Miami Beach Visitor and Convention Authority has launched the new Experience Miami Beach Tours app to help travelers plan their visit. The app provides curated tours, allowing travelers to discover new, hidden, and iconic locations across Miami Beach. It has dedicated itineraries, including a cultural institutions tour, a public art tour, an art deco tour, and more. The app is available for download on Apple and Google Play. You want to search EXP Miami Beach Tours. For more info, go to Priceline.com and download the app. Visit Mississippi.org. Experience Miami Beach on Instagram. And you can follow me on Twitter at Laura Begley.
Laura, those are great suggestions. Thank you so much. Hey, you're wondering how to get rid of that unwanted fat that you just can't seem to shed despite diet and exercise? Well, Dr. Patrick Basile gives us the scoop on Cool Sculpting Elite. It's a non-invasive treatment with real results that eliminates body fat in 9 FDA-cleared areas, all to help achieve your desired body contouring goals.
Hi, thanks for having us. Today I'm teaming up with Allergan Aesthetics to go over one of the most popular procedures in our practice, Cool Sculpting Elite. I'm joined by Remus here, who is one of my Cool Sculpting Elite patients. Cool Sculpting Elite is the only FDA-cleared, cold-based, non-surgical treatment that uses a process called cryolipolysis to permanently remove fat from 9 FDA-cleared areas of the body. A typical session can last anywhere from 35 minutes to several hours, depending on the number of areas we are going to treat. We also have dual applicators and can treat multiple areas of the body at once. Typically, we can expect to see the results at about 1 to 3 months after your last treatment. A common question we get is, who is a good candidate for Cool Sculpting Elite? And the answer is anybody that has stubborn areas of fat that are non-responsive to diet and exercise. Remus was an excellent candidate for Cool Sculpting Elite because he maintains a very healthy lifestyle, is active, but just had those stubborn areas of fat in his flank and abdominal area that wouldn't go away. A common question we get is how many sessions someone's going to need with Cool Sculpting Elite. Usually I tell my patients to expect about 2 sessions, separated about 6 to 8 weeks apart, but it really depends on how many areas we're going to treat, and you should really work with your licensed healthcare professional to come up with a tailored plan for you. If someone's interested in Cool Sculpting Elite, I recommend going on coolsculpting.com and reading the full safety information. You can also click on that QR code and use the Find the Provider tool to find someone near you who has been fully trained and can help you getting started on this journey.
We're jumping into the test kitchen here at Daily Flash right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Daily Flash.
KSA Entertainment believes in our communities. We value those who have dedicated their lives to enrich our own. KSA Entertainment is proud to introduce our corporate initiative, KSA Cares. KSA Cares shines a light, gives a voice, and lends a helping hand through compelling awareness initiatives. From supporting veterans to environmental awareness, KSA Entertainment is proud to produce content supporting ways to help communities all across America.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson, and we are in the Daily Flash test kitchen to find out if some of the viral recipes you see on TikTok are actually worth all the trouble. And of course, our chef Yvonne joins us here. She does all of the work back in the laboratory here at Daily Flash. We got 3 of the crew's favorites that we heard about. First off is bacon pickles, and then Kool-Aid pickles? Is that what it is?
Yes, that is correct. So if we have the videos, I would like to start with the Kool-Aid pickle.
Okay.
Because I think the bacon pickles are going to be our favorite
Anything
today.
with bacon, right?
Okay,
Jackson?
yeah, I
That's
mean,
what I
come
think,
on. Yeah,
too.
of course.
All right. So first off, with the explain with the whole
Kool-Aid
Kool-Lickles.
pickles?
So what they've done is that they take the brine, they put it in a different jar, as you see in the video. Then they put a Kool-Aid mix, and then you just let your pickles marinate in Kool-Aid juice.
Well, like how long do you have to do it?
So in the video, they said about 2 days, and this is what we have. So I'm super interested to see if the color is going to resemble what we saw in the TikTok video.
Okay, let's take a look.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
How long did you soak these in?
So they've been soaking since Monday.
Oh, okay.
Here's
All
my
right.
That's
question.
right.
What's the point of this? Is it the sweet and sour? Is it what are we going for?
I
here?
think a lot of it is some of the flavors should be kind of
Okay.
pulled into it all.
Okay.
Because listen, you can pickle anything.
Oh wow, it's bright
Okay,
red.
so look
is
at
red on
this.
the inside.
That
Oh,
is
that's bright
very red. I don't know if you guys can get
It's
that.
like rhubarb.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
it does. Yeah, it does.
And the flavor that I picked, just to try to mimic the video, is cherry Kool-Aid here.
Okay.
By the way, Shareable Finn is the best Kool-Aid. Fight me if you don't believe me, because I'm telling you it is. All right,
All right, you guys are ready? Andrea?
I'm not gonna try this.
You're
one.
gonna pass on
I'm
this
gonna
one?
pass
All right, I'm gonna try
You
too.
try it.
It's a little green in the inside, but not bad.
Oh yeah.
I can't really. I guess a little hint of it. It's not too. I can still taste the pickle.
I taste the pickle a lot.
I
And
wonder if you can
I-
do this with cucumbers.
Maybe. That's
Just like,
actually,
you know,
I think you can pickle anything in Kool-Aid,
can.
right?
You can pickle anything.
But I don't see the point, if you want
I'm
my
with you on
honest
that one.
opinion.
I don't either.
Like, I don't think it enhances the flavor.
I don't taste it.
You know, so
Yeah.
you're
okay.
not missing anything, Andrea.
Thumbs down on that one.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so the other recipe that went viral, I don't know why we haven't been doing this like all the time, right? Especially now that we're having sports, events and
Yeah,
things
like
like
the
that.
football
So,
games
Yep.
and stuff. Sure.
and this is super simple. So if you want to roll the video, it's pickles and bacon, just like
Oh, nice.
it shows here.
This is
Yep.
from Richard Dietz on TikTok, and you just wrap a pickle with bacon.
Exactly. And then we also have a little bit of ranch sauce here. I air fried these because I don't
idea.
have a smoker. So, Andrea, will you try these?
Well, I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass on this one?
Yeah.
All right.
You
so
don't
go
have to
ahead.
ask me twice. Or do
Yeah.
things like that.
All right. So let's see
Maybe
how
one
good.
of the guys, one of our crew members
Yeah.
wanna
Do you
try.
guys? Can we have one of the crew
Oh,
members
yeah.
Can
come?
we
So
have
Oh, yeah.
somebody? Here it comes.
Can I have Jackson?
okay.
Yes. It is, yeah.
Oh my God, this is
Give it a whirl.
delicious.
Okay.
To me, it would be like having pickles and bacon on your burger, right? Is that kind of what it is? Yeah.
It's a little more smoky though.
Okay.
Smoky. But you did this in the
This is
air
delicious.
fryer. These are perfect. Like the bacon looks
Just
perfect.
15 minutes in the air fryer, right under 400. That's what you need to do. Just a little bit of time in the air fryer. It's actually exquisite. I
It's
really
actually
love
really,
it. I
really
think
good.
this is.
I had to get rid of the toaster, not because it took up too much real estate. Do you know you can toast bread in your air fryer?
Yes,
I
yes.
didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Is there anything
There's
you
so
can
many things. There's nothing you can't do in the air fryer.
True.
So that's the only reason that you have it. Well, now I'm going to get pickles and wrap them in bacon. Great stuff.
That's
so
a
this is
great
a thumbs
idea.
up for me.
Yeah, with
I love
the
that.
ranch dressing.
With the ranch dressing, especially.
I would say the pickle's an excuse to eat bacon wrapped and dipped in ranch dressing, but whatever, it's a good combo.
I think now we have an alternative to your jalapeno
Oh.
pickles.
That's a great idea, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can have a little bit of pickle and a bit of jalapeno wrapped
Here's what you
bacon.
do. You dip them in the Kool-Aid
There you go.
and then wrap them up in the bacon. And that will be our next TikTok about that.
There you go. We started a new
can
viral
see that.
trend.
I'm loving that. All right, you want more ideas? Of course, if you have any, why don't you drop us an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com. And if you want more on these recipes, you can check out our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Chef Yvonne, thank you. Well, according to a new Fidelity study, teens see investing in their futures. In fact, 3 in 4 teens think investing is important, and 9 out of 10 who currently don't invest plan to in the future. Joining us to discuss how teens can start investing and how parents can help their teens on their financial journey is Kelly Lannon. She's the Senior Vice President of Emerging Customers at Fidelity Investments.
Parents have the opportunity to be that financial role model for their kids. And teens actually tell us that the best way to learn about investing is from their families. So for the parents out there, you might be wondering how. So let me give you 3 suggestions. So number 1, first, have a conversation about investing. Have those money discussions. Talk to your teen about what investing is, why it's important, and how they can get started. So speaking of get started, point number 2, help them get access to the tools and education they need to begin their investing journey. For example, the Fidelity Youth app. With the Fidelity Youth app, teens ages 13 through 17 can save, spend, and invest their own money, of course, with parental oversight, and they can start investing with as little as $1. They have access to a debit card, they can earn money, and there's a ton of free education within the app. And third, and I get it, this can be a tough one, we have to let teens make some money decisions on their own. For more information, download the Fidelity Youth app or visit fidelity.com/youth to learn more.
Great information there. Thank you. All right, hey, did you know that our buddy Billy Joel loses thousands of dollars every time he's performing? Why and how? Well, he gives away front row tickets to his concert. Every single show, Billy Joel knows that he never sells the first seats in the front row. Here's what happened. About 25 years ago, the piano man actually got tired of looking down at the crowd and always seeing somebody who paid a lot of money just to be a big shot. Oh, but you had to be a big shot, did ya? And sit in the front row. So he decided that his real fans were willing to fill up the back rows. And since then, he sends crew members out to the seats to find back his enthusiastic ticket holders way up in the nosebleed sections, chooses a few, brings them down to front row, and he loves seeing the reactions from his genuine fans while he actually performs. I think this is something that says, because when you're up on stage, that first row is a big deal because that's who you see. And if you're seeing, people that are like, well, I just wanted to, hang out here.
The corporate types that get the front row seats can afford those tickets.
And they're not going to be the ones rocking and everything, and getting it going. And I know that's what he wants. And he puts his money where his mouth is, and he says, listen, front row seats only for real fans. Bravo for him.
Bravo.
That's why Billy Joel is Billy Joel, right?
Yes. He's our Daily Flash man of the day.
Man of the day. He deserves a Kool-Aid pickled pickle. We'll have more Daily
Flash.
Flash.
Bacon dipped in ranch.
And bacon. Let's give him the bacon one instead. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I guess some big, actually, we've been waiting for this day. It happened last week or so. And hopefully that it'll continue on. The writer strike's over. So.
Well, for the most part, they're hoping to negotiate a final deal. Yeah, they've agreed on certain things, and now it's just a matter of inking the agreement. But they've been on strike since May.
Now, once they sign it, don't they have to all vote on it?
Yes.
That's a big thing.
That's part of the holdup. They're waiting, and they're hoping everybody's happy with it. It's been over 150 days almost. So
it's a long time. And then we also saw the Actors Guild actually jump aboard of it and said, hey, well, we're going on strike as well. And I guess they're now saying, hey, we paid the favor on these picket lines. We supported you. We want you to come over to ours.
And they've also are striking against the video gaming companies now. That's a new thing because of the whole AI and rights and imagery and that kind of thing. And so they're wanting new rules and regulations put in place for that.
Well, and you think about it, when you buy a video game and you're a character or whatever, I mean that's a product. You know what I'm saying? We think of a movie as a movie where it's intangible, but you have an actual game that you can play. It seems that would make sense.
I worked for EA Sports for a little bit, and they have you sign your life away. And this was 10, 15 years ago when I was working there, and any voice stuff I did or whatever, I don't even know where it ended up. I just recorded it. They didn't tell me what game it was going in or anything, but I signed they gave me a decent amount of money, but that was the end of it.
Part of the argument for the actors comes down to residuals, because back in the old days, when things just aired on 3 networks, they would get money every time it aired. But now that things are streaming, now that they're online, now that they're on video games that can be played over and over and over, there has to be some sort of monetary quantity attached to that.
Video games have changed a lot. My bonus son, he wanted to play this game. He goes, hey Mitch, there's this game. It's called Who's Your Daddy? All right, it's on Xbox, right? I'm not making this up. I go, what's the game? Well, you got to keep the baby alive. And I go, Enzo, Enzo, don't you think that's kind of weird? You and me are playing a game called Who's Your Daddy?
Like Call of Duty or something.
He's like, yeah, I guess that is kind of weird. You want to play it? I go, hell yeah, I want to play it. Let's go play it. So basically, the character, there's a baby that goes around and eats thing, and the daddy has to go and give it the Heimlich and everything. What? It's on Xbox.
This is such a
I'm dead serious. You got to check it out. Have you heard of it, Trout? Yeah.
So you go around and you're a menace as a baby.
Yeah.
I have to try to stop the baby
from eating and marbles and stuff like that. Something I should have learned in real life, possibly. That does it for the show. Thank y'all for joining us on this Wednesday. We'll see you when we look at you. Y'all be safe. Bye-bye.